How we doing, everybody? Coming at you live from the streets of Tbilisi, Georgia. That is correct. I was just in England for a week. The family flew home. Then I flew out here to Georgia. I'm going to be here for a week. Gotta say, I'm liking what I see so far. As you can see, the Christmas spirit is still very much in full effect. The people of Georgia are very friendly, very real. The food's fantastic. It's nowhere near as cold as what I thought it was going to be. In fact, it was warmer than England. It was 11 degrees and sunny today, so that was a pleasant surprise. I haven't seen too much of Tbilisi yet. If you've got any suggestions for me, let me know in the comment section. Any good restaurants, any areas. I went for a walk down to some like sulfur bathhouse earlier, just for something to do, because my flight got delayed in Turkey. I missed my connecting flight, so I never got here till 7 a.m. in the morning. So I was exhausted. I went to sleep for a few hours, got up, went for a walk, and then I went back to bed. So yeah, if you know any good parts for me to go, let me know and I'll go check them out. As I say, I'll be here for about a week. I'm here to film a little part in the movie. Some movie part came together last minute. So yeah, the family's gone home and the work continues for me. And then of course when I get home, all the UFC stuff starts again. Obviously the last UFC event was December 13th, so the sport's kind of been dark since then. Still things going on, still storylines to talk about, and of course we start 2026 with an absolute bang. Happy New Year everyone, by the way. Hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year and got to spend time with your loved ones. I certainly did. It was great to be back in Clitheroe, catching up with my sisters, my mum, my dad, nieces and nephews that I got to build better relationships with. Anyway, UFC 324 is around the corner, so I'll be working that one. And then I jump on a plane and straight out to Sydney to work UFC 325. So around the world we go. But anyway, as I said, there's not too much going on because the fights haven't been happening. I mean, obviously you got all your typical storylines that you can go down. A lot of podcasts and stuff like that, they do knockout of the year, who was the fighter of the year and all that type of stuff. Fighter of the year, and I'm not just saying this because I'm in Georgia, I'm going to have to go with Merab Dvalishvili. Yes, he lost his last fight, right? We know that. However, that was his fourth title fight of the year. You can't look over the fact that he defended the belt 3 times. Yeah, he lost in the 4th, but still, come on. Just the attitude of the guy, the way he shows up, the performances that he put on, submitting Sugar Sean O'Malley, beating Umar Nurmagomedov. Yeah, he fell short to Petr Yan, but however, the man stepping in there like a maniac. So that'll be my fighter of the year. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Tom Aspinall and what's going on there. I'm jumping around all over the place here because I'm walking down the streets of Georgia. I'm on the main street, it's packed out, people are looking at me like I'm a dickhead. Going, who's that knobhead? Not speaking Georgian, talking into a little device. So yeah, I'm that guy, I guess. So yeah, if I'm jumping around the place, it's because I'm literally jumping around, because one thing I will say is that the paths, the pavements aren't exactly flat. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cobbled streets, a lot of stones sticking out, so I've got to, and having one eye, it's not the easiest thing to navigate. But anyway, yeah, a lot of talk about what's going to go on with the heavyweight division with Tom Aspinall needing surgery, had surgery. I'm not sure what the situation is there. Apparently he said he had one eye surgery and he's going to need another one. I did a video about it recently, you probably saw, where I was talking about if that's the case, how they'll do an interim title fight. And of course, if they do an interim title fight, it's going to have to be Alex Pereira taking on Cyril Gane. That is the big one. That's what everyone wants to see. They're the kind of big moments that the UFC want to put on, certainly going into this new Paramount deal, with Pereira having the opportunity to become a first-time 3-weight division champion. I mean, what a storyline that would be, and what a career it would be for Alex Pereira. Got to switch arms getting tired. So that makes me think, who will be the champions of each division by the end of the year? So let's get into it. Let's start at 125 pounds. The champion currently, well, it was Alejandro Pantoja. Some people feel the need to go into the comment section and talk shit. You know what I mean? So it's actually pronounced Alexandre. So we'll go with Alexandre right now. He was the champ, but he broke his arm. Joshua Van is the champion. However, I don't think he'll be the champ at the end of the year. Obviously, Pantoja is going to come back. I don't want to take away from the win, but I think Pantoja would have won that fight if what happened didn't happen. But of course, there's someone else in the division. His name is Manel Kopp. I got to go with Manel Kopp. Manel Kopp is knocking everyone out. Yeah, he's beaten Pantoja. He was beat by Pantoja, should I say. But we all grow, we all improve, and we all get older. Anyway, my pick, by the end of 2026, Manel Kopp will be the champ. Moving on, again, not just because I'm in Georgia. Merab Dvalishvili just got beat by Petr Yan. I don't know if they're going to do an automatic rematch. I don't know if he wants to get straight back in there with Yan. I know he said that he does. I think he said that there was even discussions of that fight happening already. I think Umar Nurmagomedov should fight Petr Yan, and then Merab comes back. Regardless, if the man gets some rest, don't count him out. And because I'm in Georgia and I don't want to get jumped by the marauding MMA fans of Tbilisi, because let me tell you, there's a lot of MMA fans out here. I haven't been stopped yet on this walk, but earlier when I went for a walk, I got stopped about 20 times. So there's a lot of MMA fans out here, and they all love Merab. And speaking of Merab, he invited me to his birthday party here on Friday as well. He said, oh, some UFC people are going to be there. Nina Drama's going to be there. Going to be a big party. So if I can make it due to my work commitments, I'll be there as well. But anyway, 35, I've got Merab taking the title back. All right, featherweight division. Bit of a lot of people find this one controversial. Obviously, Diego Lopez is taking on Alexander Volkanovski for the second time in a row, right? There is other people. There is Lerone Murphy. There is Movsar Evloev. Oh, she just barged right past me. Colourful outfit she's got on as well. Let's have a look, see if I can spin it around. Oh no, she's gone. She's gone. Anyway, I don't want to start abusing people in the street. She might have a knife. She might be a crazy Georgian. Yeah, listen, it is what it is, right? Deal with it. Should Movsar get a shot being undefeated? I mean, you would think so. Should Lerone Murphy? Yeah, I mean, the man's undefeated and he's beating everyone put it in his way. But it's not the fight that's happening, right? It is what it is. I don't want to comment on this one because I'm commentating the fight, so that would be unprofessional. So I'm going to have to skip that, but there is a lot of viable contenders. And Volk is not getting any younger. We know that. If he loses to Diego Lopez, does the man retire? That's the real question. And what a career that would have been. Big fan of Volk. Love that guy. Hey, look at this. Lots of beautiful architecture out here. It's like a mix of, I don't know, it feels like Bulgaria to a certain degree. They love the Christmas lights though. They do. Anyway, boom, back to me. Never mind the lights. 155 pounds. Who's the champ at 155? Hold on, just got off a plane. Oh, Ilia Topuria. What's going on there, right? We got an interim title fight between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett. That's going down in a couple of weeks. It's good to be back. Ilia Topuria is out on the sidelines. He's going through some legal troubles right now with his ex-wife. I'm not going to get into any of that stuff or talk about that. He asked everyone not to speculate, but a lot of channels and a lot of people, a lot of websites are still speculating and not, respecting the man's privacy at all. Let me just spin this round. See a lot of Georgian flags, which is great. They love their country. Look at these scenes, man. It's a beautiful country, beautiful place. Anyway, so here's the deal. I'll just get right to it. At 155 pounds, I don't see anyone beating Ilia Topuria. I just don't. Not Paddy, not Justin. Yeah, all right, there's Arman Tsarukyan out there, and he's the dark horse. Obviously, Paddy and Justin are fighting for the interim title. That's an interesting fight because Justin, better boxer, better wrestling, never uses the wrestling. Even if he did use the wrestling, you wouldn't really want to take Paddy Pimblett down. Paddy's a lot younger, a lot less miles on the clock, a lot less wear and tear. I'm kind of early leaning towards Paddy Pimblett in that fight. But who's the undisputed champ at the end of 2026? If he doesn't, I don't know, move on to boxing like he says he's going to. Hold on, this is the thing. What do you do here on these zebra crossings? Because I've almost been run over every single bloody time I try and cross one. Oh shit, we've got Bohemian Rhapsody coming on down there. We're gonna have to turn around. I gotta get back for dinner anyway, because I'm gonna lose. Hey, up.
Sorry.
Hey, all right, buddy.
Mike,
How you doing?
are you fun?
Oh, thank you. How we doing, guys? I'm just doing a video.
Picture, yes?
Yeah, let's go.
Get
They've been lurking around in the background for ages, I think. Let's go, buddy. Come on. Take your time. Cheers. Thank you. Do you want one? Yeah. Change my hand, please. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Always gotta speak to the people of Georgia. What's that cigarette? It's a nice jacket. There we go. What's up, boys? Come on, let's go. Quick. All right. Hold on. There we go. Nice. Cheers, boys.
Hi, man.
Hey, how we doing? How you doing, sir?
Officers want to take pictures.
Oh, you want to take a picture?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. I'm doing a video.
Yeah.
All right. The cops want a picture. Can't say no to the police. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How we doing? I'm doing a video. Let's go.
You're doing video?
Yeah. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye. Just did a... Oh, shit. Just did a picture with the cops. I do feel like a bit of a dildo holding this camera in my hand, but it's what everyone does these days. And I'm bored out of my head. I want to be productive. I've had a free day all day. Anyway, so yeah, 2026, Topuria will still be the champ. Yeah, there's Arma Sarukian out there, but I don't think that fight will materialise just yet. Moving on, 170 pounds, Islam Makhachev, he's the man. A lot of great contenders. Ian Gary, obviously. Shavkat Rakhmonov, he's going to come back. I think there's some kind of protest going on here. Yeah, some kind of demonstrations, whatever. They're all peaceful types. No bonkers, no riots, no aggression. Anyway, plenty of aggression in the welterweight division. Getting back to that. Yeah, is that Makhachev, man? I really don't think anyone's going to beat him anytime soon. I really don't. So we'll just go with that, even though the welterweight division is the most stacked. I could talk for another 20 minutes about the welterweight division and who has a shot and why this guy could have a reason to beat Islam. And Michael Morales is undefeated, but yet it just came out that apparently he's not undefeated, because apparently Topology weren't aware of a fight that he had super early in his career, so it's officially been changed to 18-1 or something like that. But regardless, it's a stacked division. There's Usman out there as well. A lot of great contenders. Gotta stay with Islam. Moving on, 185, my old division. I saw a video, or not a video, a picture today actually on Twitter, and it was who was the best fighter out of all of these, and it's like an AI image of me, Anderson Silva, Khamzat Chimaev, Rich Franklin, Dan Henderson, Israel Adesanya. I think that's it. We're all kind of sitting around in like old school clothing looking. It's a good shot actually, it's pretty cool. It's like who would win out of all these? Well, obviously I would say me, because I beat Dan Henderson, even though he beat me once, but he was juiced up. We know this. I beat Anderson Silva. You could say he wasn't in his prime. Fair. I wasn't in my prime. I had one bloody eye. So I'll say me. But anyway, the reason I brought that up is because Khamzat Chimaev was in there, and he is the current champ. Sorry if the background noise is a bit loud. But yeah, Khamzat is unreal. He's undefeated. He out-wrestles everyone. Who's going to beat him in the middleweight division? Fluffy? Maybe. I don't know if he would. Maybe because of the gas tank and the grappling, but even still, I think that's a hard matchup for him. Nasruddin Imavov, even though Khamzat seems to not want to fight him because they have ties and contacts and they're friends and shit, that shouldn't matter. But even still, having said that, I don't think he beat Khamzat. The man truly is something special. Sean Strickland's out there talking about Robert Whittaker, how he doesn't want to fight Whittaker because he's kind of like that chick that should only take home at 3 o'clock in the morning because everyone's had a go, which is a funny line by Strickland. It is. He's He's always got something wild and entertaining to say. And I get his point. You know, Whittaker has been around the block. He has fought the best of the best. He is a former champ. He is a future Hall of Famer. He is an incredible guy. I love him. So much respect. But he's probably at the end of his career and thinking about retirement soon. So yeah, but Sean had a much more comical way of wording it, shall we say. But anyway, Khamzat Chimaev, I don't think anyone's going to beat him anytime soon. However, I don't think he's going to fight too frequently. I think we'll be lucky to see him get just one win or one fight this year. Hopefully we get more. Excuse me. Moving on. Almost done now, guys. To the light heavyweight division. Now, the only person that Pereira hasn't beaten at light heavyweight, as we know, is Carlos Ulberg. That fight needs to happen. But will it? This is where it gets a bit complicated because we know, as I said at the start of the video, this whole situation with Tom Aspinall and the heavyweight division, we don't know. I'll just cut to the chase though. I think Pereira ultimately, I don't know, I can see a case for Ulberg. He's big, he's strong, he's got excellent striking, he's tall, he's on great form, he's very technical, he's big, he's got range, he's got speed, and he's on a roll, yeah. So it wouldn't be easy for Pereira, but after what he did to Ankalaev, knocking him out in 29 seconds, you can't go against Pereira. So we'll say light heavyweight Pereira, and then the heavyweight division, this is where it gets very, very interesting. Call me a fanboy, call me a, what do you call me? I don't know, I get called a lot of stuff when it comes to Tom Aspinall. I haven't spoken to Tom in a long time, so it's not like this is coming from anywhere but pure analytical breakdown. I think it'll be Tom Aspinall. I think if Cyril Gane and Alex Pereira do fight, I think I'll probably go with Cyril Gane in that matchup, simply because it's bigger. You got to remember, as great as Pereira is, there is weight classes for a reason. He was knocked out by Israel Adesanya, and we saw how good Cyril was looking against Tom Aspinall early. So I'd have to say Cyril Gane, because that's a matchup that suits both of them down to a T. So if we assume that Cyril Gane is the interim champ, then Tom versus Cyril at some point. And again, there's a lot of speculation here, and there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of filler, and if you're still here by now, I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Subscribe and ring the bell and all that good stuff if you haven't done. And apologies for the lack of content lately. As I say, I've been in England having some downtime with my mum, and the UFC hasn't been happening, so it hasn't been too much to talk about. But anyway, yeah, I think Tom would probably beat Cyril Gane. There you go. Ooh, there's a big shocker for you. There's a big surprise. Although I'm not as confident as what I was. I thought Tom would take him down quite easily and control him and submit him or whatever, but he couldn't take him down in the first round. And in the rematch, if and when it does happen, maybe Cyril has more confidence. Maybe Tom is a little bit gun shy. Maybe he's a little bit nervous from the eye pokes and having surgery. A lot can change, and a lot has been said. So I'm going to leave this one there. As I say, I'm just kind of on like the main strip in Tbilisi here. If you know any good areas I should go check out, do let me know. I've been recommended a couple of churches to go and visit, see some medieval architecture. But for right now, I'm going to go meet the director and the producer of this movie that I'm working on. As I say, I'm only here for a week. Just a small little part. A few days of filming, then off back home. And I'll sign out by this. Look at these lights down here. Look how beautiful this looks. Hold on, try and not get run over. Awesome. Awesome. There we go. Alright, that's it. I'll be back with another video, wandering around the streets of Georgia sometime soon. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what to do, where to go. See you soon. Bye-bye.